All right, good evening. Quick sound check. We're going to get started here in just a minute. Hello, JC. Good evening. Excellent. Glad to hear it. You hear the click clacking of the keyboard while I post it over on the Discord. All right, so it looks like we've got people filtering in now. So yes, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Breakers Club. Number one, night number two. So number one for 2025, night number two for Breakers Club. I am pleased to report that I managed to get all of last week's boxes sorted with a giant shout out to JC for helping find the team assignments for all of the players in the historic autograph all-time greats box. So thank you, JC. Good evening, Ben. Hello. And I also promised last week, if you may remember, that I had a bonus box that I was going to include in the Breakers Club, but hadn't shown up yet. And I didn't want to promise anything until it showed up. Well, that box did show up this week, so I'm going to show that off in just a second. But before we get there, hello, Andy. JC, yes, we are going to do the other all-time great tonight. So tonight, let's get that out of the way. So the boxes you might be able to make out there are what we're going to open. So we have our second and final all-time greats box. So we're going to open that. We have a Allen Ginter blaster. This is from 2022. We have our big heavy box of tonight is 2003 Topps Total. Tons of huge base set, 990 base cards. So should be lots of fun stuff there. And then we also have a box of Panini Crusade, which should give us 2 autographs. So this is this is from 2024. So those are the boxes that we're going to do tonight. But before we get to that, I want to quickly show off the last box that will be included in Breakers Club. We are not doing this tonight, but I'm very excited about it. And it's this. So this is 1997 Pacific Prism Invincible. These are based on at least that picture, super shiny cards. And I'm super excited about this one. Platinum, there's the odds. Pacific always had interesting odds, the way they did things, but Platinum Parallels 2 and 37, Gate Attractions 1 and 73, Sluggers and Hurlers, I think were basically case hits, 1 and 145, Sizzling Lumber 1 and 37, and then the Gems of the Diamond bonus set were about 2 per pack, it says. So I'm very excited for this one. Came with this little sticker on it, but hopefully everything is fine. Yeah, so that's going to be for a future week. So that's I wanted to show that off quick. Let me get this out of the way. Hopefully some of you get as excited about Pacific stuff as I do, because yeah, it's just fun. All right. Good evening, Super Gadget, or fellow Earthling, I suppose. So let's see. We're going to start, I think, tonight. Let's do Allen and Ginter first. So this is just a blaster. We'll start with that one, and then we'll do Topps Total, I think, next, because that's got the most cards in it today. And then we'll get to the 2 boxes that one is guaranteed an autograph, and the other one, maybe we'll pull a cut signature. I don't know. All right. So we do have a non-baseball slot. So anything from Allen and Ginter in particular, but any of the sets, packs that we open that have, there's your empty box. A non-MLB card will go into that slot. So just a friendly reminder about that. And yeah, this is the 2022 Allen and Ginter set. We've got a bunch of packs here. And there is a retail-only retail-only insert set. So we'll probably get at least one of those as well. So that was a nice thing about the retail blasters. All right, so we start off with Benintendi for KC, Jazz Chisholm Jr. for Miami, Mayberry, KC. We have a banner season Joe Morgan for my Reds. Our first mini is an Inside the Park, Yellowstone National Park. The way the national parks budget cuts are happening, this might be the best view you're going to get of Yellowstone this year. That will go in the non-MLB slot. And then we finished off with Tom Glavine. All right. Next pack, more Royals. Whit Merrifield. Ron Santo for the Cubbies. We got A-Rod as a Mariner. We have another banner season, this time Greg Maddux. And our mini is Vlad Guerrero Jr. We always got to check the back on Allen and Ginter, just a regular back mini. And Aaron Judge. Solid one for the Yankees. I like the 2022 Ginter design. I think it's pretty solid. I kind of like the little, greenery they added. Another Royal on top. We got Perez. We got Bellinger for the Dodgers. Guerrero Sr. for Montreal. We have a What's Cookin' Worcestershire sauce. This was an amusing insert because you had to collect the whole thing. And when you did, you got a full recipe. So you need 1 cup of Worcestershire sauce. That's all we know so far. All right. That would be a non-MLB, of course. Our mini is Kyle Schwarber for the Phillies, regular back, and Alex Bregman for Houston. There's a chance of hits in Ginter retail, so who knows? We have, who is this? Ariel Torres. Don't know him. Drew Rosenhaus, agent. A couple of non-MLBs. We got Enrique Hernandez. That is a short print. And we have Miguel Cabrera banner season. Nice one for Detroit. Our mini is a black bordered Alyssa Nahir, soccer player. And we've got Alvarez, Jordan Alvarez for Houston. JC, wash your sister sauce. Yeah. Perhaps one of the most annoyingly named condiments on earth. All right, we got Marte for the Diamondbacks, Slammin' Sammy for the Cubbies, Juan Soto, Nationals. We have famous rivals, the old Taylor ham versus pork roll, which my understanding of this rivalry is that you need to be from New Jersey. And otherwise, don't know much about that. We got Bryce Harper, A&G back. Very nice for the Phillies. First A&G back. And Ian Grushka. Don't know anything about him. Although, I guess if I read the back quickly there, Newfound Glory, which I feel like I know some of their songs. All right, we've got Kendall Toole, Anderson for the White Sox. We got Jack Morris for the Tigers. I like these pitching a gem inserts. Steven Strasburg for the Nationals there. Our mini is Nico Horner. That's a short print for the Cubbies. Regular back, though. And Rafael Devers. JC, you went to high school at Ian Grishka. That's cool. Manny Machado for the Padres. Will Smith, Dodgers. Charlie Blackmon, Rockies. We have Clayton Kershaw, banner season. And, this is a nice one. We have What a Steal. In this case, the ski lift. And they talk about, let's see here. After the 2012 ski season ended in Desna, Czech Republic, thieves managed to disassemble and remove an entire ski lift over the course of a weekend, somehow going unnoticed. They filched the lift, support pylons, and more than half a mile of cable. I mean, that is a brazen robbery. I don't know what you do with a ski lift after you've stolen it, but those are the kind of inserts that I think Allen and Ginter is known for. And when they lean into that, I love it. And Carl Yastrzemski for the Red Sox. He's the basis for Newfound Glory. Okay. Is the rest of Newfound Glory also from your high school? Are they like a high school band that started that way, or are they from all over the place? I have no idea. We got Hunter Green, rookie for the Reds. Jose Altuve, Astros. We got Hayes for the Orioles. We have another insert. Get that bread. And it's the pork roll. So it's a pork roll hot box for us. When we have a gold parallel, Jose Altuve. Now, if I'm not mistaken, those are retail only. So that's a nice one. Nice Jose Altuve. That will be going to JC, of course. So there you go. Hopefully one that you didn't have yet, JC. And we finish off with Morgan Murphy. So that is your blaster of Allen and Ginter. Not too bad. Anytime you can get 2 mini inserts, you've done very well with the blaster. So as far as I'm concerned, this one was a good blaster. All right. So that one's done. That was a quick one. This one's going to take us longer. Okay, so they're all from the same area, basically. That's cool. Always like, I don't know why I was thinking about this the other day, but you know, you hear, I don't know, about a band or athletes, or it doesn't really matter, just anyone famous, and like to most of us, that famous person is just that, a famous person. But then there's always a group of people to whom that person was, you know, a high school classmate or someone that they played with at recess in 3rd grade or something. It kind of helps to keep things in perspective, I think, a little bit. Oh, good. You didn't have the gold mini. Well, now you do. So perfect. All right. So now we're going to jump into, I'm done waxing poetic. We're going to jump into the 2003 Topps Total. This has 36 packs and 10 cards per pack. So we're looking at 360 cards, which basically, if we don't get any duplicates, will give us about a third of the set, a little over a third of the base set. That is assuming there's not a lot of inserts, which I actually don't know if there's, well, there's a parallel in every pack. So I take it back right away. So we're going to be at best about a third of the set. All right. So we got lots of packs here. All the packs out. There's your empty box. Move that out of the way. Slide these up here. All right, so the pack wrapper does say biggest set in the big leagues, 1 parallel card in every pack, 10 cards per pack. And there are autographs seated 1 in 445 packs, Topps Total 1 in 7, award winners 1 in 12, and total production 1 in 18. So few inserts, but mostly base. I know for team collectors, Topps Total is both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it's your chance to get cards of, you know, the relievers and the guys we've never, I say we, that other people probably never heard of from your team. It's a curse because, well, you know, 900 some odd cards. Good luck finding the one you need when you need it. All right, so it looks like the parallel is going to be on top. It's barely a parallel. I mean, it's silver bordered. But our parallel is Brian Wright for Cleveland. And then we're going to get a lot of guys I've never heard of. You will notice that they do say first-year card down there for some of them. So we've got Oscar Villarreal for the Diamondbacks. The good news is team logo's up at the top. Francis Beltran for the Cubbies. Franklin German, Detroit. Ricky Stone, Houston. Alfonso Soriano, Yankees. And let's just take a quick look at the back while we're here. Someone that we've all heard of. Key to Success. A nice little write-up. Not a lot of statistics, but not bad. The fact that they do all that for all the guys, you know, pretty solid. Fernando Tatis for the Expos. Ricky Ledee, Phillies. David Cash, Giants. Bob File, Toronto. I do not like that logo for Toronto. And then every pack probably will have a couple of junk cards, which I use as packing material, so perfectly fine. All right, pack number 2. We have for the Cubbies, our parallel, John Webb. Then we've got Russ Ortiz for the Braves, Alan Bennis for the Cubs, Dean Palmer, Detroit, Jeff Austin, Kansas City, Terry Tiffy, Twins, and Endy Chavez for the Expos, Carlos Silva, Phillies, Jason Isringhausen, Cardinals, and Colby Lewis for the Rangers. That looks like a spring training shot. So when I do these Breaker Club, I always try to have at least a box or two that is specifically geared to player collectors. So this is and team collectors. So this is certainly that. We've got our parallels. A nice one, Ken Griffey Jr. from the Reds. I don't think I had that card. Kevin Millar, Red Sox. Danny Wright, White Sox. Preston Wilson, Rockies. Jorge Julio for the Orioles. Alex Cora, Dodgers. Ryan Vogelsong, Pittsburgh. Mike Rivera, Padres. Ryan Ludwig for the Rangers. And our first insert is Maglio Ordonez. A name you don't hear much of anymore. Maglio Ordonez for the White Sox. All right. I'll try not to take too long going through this box, but given the sheer number of cards. Our parallel, John Mabry for the Mariners. We got Bobby Jenks for the Angels. For the Reds, Dane Sardina. He was supposed to be good and never really did anything. Colin Young, Rockies. Eli Whiteside, Orioles. Fred McGriff, Dodgers. I don't remember him being a Dodger. Wayne Lydone, Mets. Mark McLemore, Mariners. Tino Martinez as a Cardinal. And Seth McClung for the Rays. Next pack. We get a checklist. All right, our parallel is Matt Morris for the Cardinals. We've got Garrett Anderson, Angels. Aaron Rowan, White Sox. Brian Wright, Indians. Billy Wagner, Astros. Keith Ginter, Brewers. Aaron Harang as an Athletic. Tyler Houston, Phillies. Alex Rios, Blue Jays. We have a nice award winner, Mike Piazza for the Mets. You can see the inserts are, foil bore or shiny. Certainly jump out as compared to the regular base cards. And then this time we had Greg Max on after the junk cards. Jeez. All right. So you want to beat pack? No, didn't want to open. Didn't want to rip. We got Rich Aurelia for the Giants as our parallel. Benji Gill for the Angels. Matt Clement, Cubs. Kevin Olson, Marlins. D. Brown, Royals. Brad Radke, Twins. Timo Perez, Mets. J.R. House, Pittsburgh. Keith Walker, Padres. And Travis Phelps for the Rays. All right, so we're getting a nice stack of base already. Let's get those just out of the way a little bit. So this is not a set that I collected. I think I've mentioned this many times probably by now, but 2001 to about 2006, 2007-ish was pretty much a dead era for me in collecting. That was correspond to my college years. So not a lot of disposable income. And what I had was not going to baseball cards. So most of these are new to me to even see. We got our parallel Justin Miller for the Blue Jays. We got Scott Schoenweis, Angels. Another Scott Chiasen for the Cubs. Ramon Santiago, Detroit. Pat Henkin, Baltimore. Jorge Posada, Yankees. Ron Callaway, Expos. Chris Snelling, Mariners. Barry Bonds, there's a nice one for the Giants. And Jorge Sosa for the Rays. Next pack. Doug Weichter for the Rays is our parallel. Whoops, putting the parallels there. Ryan Rupi, Red Sox. Joe Creedy, White Sox. Rupi was a Red Sox. I might have misspoke. Brett Butler, Rockies. Brandon Puffer, Astros. Chin Feng Chen, Dodgers. Pat Strange, Mets. Anderson Machado, Phillies. Vince Faison, Padres. And then just a regular checklist. It is numbered as part of the base set, so that will go in the non-MLB slot, just in case you're wondering. So it does not have any players featured on it. I mean, it has a list of players, but no player names or anything. Photos. Jeff Devannon is our parallel. Hanley Ramirez, Red Sox. Victor Martinez, Indians. Another Indian, David Risky. Aaron Guel, Royals. Derry Hammond, Brewers. Chad Harville, Athletics. Behind him, Gene Schulte. I'm sure that's not how you say that for the Cardinals. Never heard of them. Mike Lamb, Texas. We've got a total production for the Athletics getting in on the insert love. That's nice. Love to see that. Miguel Tejada for Oakland. Oops. And we had a junk card, and then we had Randy Johnson on the backside. Is that a checklist? Yeah, the checklist seemed to be in place of a junk card. So there's the Diamondbacks team. Maybe make out some of those names. And in looking at that checklist, I should point out when we get to our next pack, I will do so. Hold on. All right, our parallel is David DeLucci for Arizona. And then we got Jung Bong for the Braves. So what they did is there's the card number or the set number for the card up at the top. But then if you're just into your team down at the bottom, like this is card number 16 for the Atlanta set. So I always like that. Topps Total did that. Tim Hummel, White Sox. Josh Beckett, Marlins. Brad Ausmus, kind of a cool photo for Houston. Bo Kemp, Twins. Tsuyoshi Shinjo for the Mets. And not wanting to separate from him, Cheapers. Struggling. Carlos Guillen for the Mariners. Luke Stadelmeyer for the Padres. And Rocco Baldelli for the Rays. Got a lot of total to go through. Some of these packs, I'm telling you, I can't rip them. We finally had nice weather here the last couple of days, so I've been doing a fair bit of yard work and stuff, and maybe I'm just tired. Mike Williams, Pirates, is our parallel. Javi Lopez for the Braves. Joe Borchard, White Sox. Matt Anderson, Tigers. Jason Grimsley, Royals. Mike Mussina running the bases for the Yankees. Swang Song for the Expos. Humberto Cota, another Pirate. Cody Ransom for the Giants. And Greg Maddux for the Braves. Next pack. For the Rockies, our parallel is Ryan Cameron. You know, it would really be a crazy thing is if someone built a full parallel set of this, getting all 990 parallels. There's a challenge. Craig Counsell starts us off with his goofy batting stance for the Diamondbacks. Travis Hafner, Indians. Greg Norton, Rockies. Eric Dubose, Orioles. Chad Hermanson, Dodgers. Haj Toure for the Mets. Edgar Martinez, Mariners. Ramon Vasquez, Padres. Calvin Escobar for the Blue Jays. And junk. And our base stack grows higher. I'm going to have a lot of sorting to do for this box. I did post on the Discord earlier tonight, this afternoon. I did do a box review and scan a lot of the cards out of our last historic autograph and card company set box. So if you want to take a look at that, I did post a link. Rick Bauer, Orioles. We've got Mickey Callaway for the Angels, and then Indians, Bob Wickman, Jeremy Guthrie, also for Cleveland, Jeff Kent, Houston. Brewers get Richie Sexson, Sterling Hitchcock for the Yankees, Nick Punto for the Phillies, Sean Burrows, Padres, Todd Walker, Red Sox, and Nomar Garciaparra. Must be a checklist. It is. There's the Red Sox team checklist. Yeah. JC says only 990 parallels in this set. Hold my beer, says Topps these days, and that is absolutely the truth. Just look at Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary if you want parallels upon parallels. Sheesh. All right, our parallel. Speaking of parallels, Greg Zahn for Houston. We've got Hee Seop Choi for the Cubbies. Brad Penny, Marlins. Sean Sedlasek for the Royals. Joe Mays, Twins. Tim Hudson, Angels. Athletics, Jack Wilson, Pittsburgh. Another Pirate, Adam Heisdu. DeJuan Brazelton for the Rays. And we've got for the Brewers, getting in on the insert love, Richie Sexson. Brewers, another team that I feel like don't get a ton of inserts. Well, Ben was in here, so hopefully Ben's still here. And hopefully Ben needed that Richie Sexson. Next, we've got another silver, Darren Dreifert for the Dodgers. We got Lyle Overbay, Diamondbacks. Chris Booker, Reds. Fernando Rodney, Tigers. Marty Cordova, Orioles. Andy Pettit, Yankees. Brian Schneider, Expos. Randy Wolf, Phillies. BJ Barnes, Pittsburgh. Doug Creek for the Blue Jays, and that's it. Some of these, I don't know what kind of glue they used, but usually you can just tear at the seam. And half the packs I can, and the other half, not so much. Corey Hart, Brewers, parallel. All right, we got a nice Matt Williams for the Diamondbacks. And then we got Paul Bacco for the Cubs, Corey Vance, Rockies, Mike Sweeney, Royals, Mike Kincaid, Dodgers, Jason Phillips, Mets, Mike Williams, Pittsburgh, Mark Kotze, Padres, Travis Lee, Rays. Oh, Ben's here, and he says he does think he needs it. Perfect. Love to see it. Andy Van Hecken for the Tigers. Never heard of him, but he's our parallel. Scott Spezio, Angels. Nuke Logan, Tigers. Alexis Gomez, Royals. Jason Giambi, Yankees. Scott Downs, Expos. Pokey Reeves, Pirates. Albert Pujols, Cardinals. Joe Kennedy, Rays. And behind Joe Kennedy is another insert, I think. Yes, we have for the Cardinals, Edgar Renteria, 2002 award winner. Silver Slugger. There you go. Don't remember him winning the Silver Slugger. I'm not counting how many packs we've gone through, but it's been a lot. Joey Eischen for the Expos is our parallel. We got Robert Fick for the Braves. Omar Vizquel, Indians. Another Indian, Ricardo Rodriguez. Corey Schaefer, Baltimore. Royce Clayton, Brewers. David Martinez, Yankees. John Mabry, Mariners. Jeff Urban, Giants. Ramon A. Martinez for the Rangers. And underneath this is another checklist. Yep, Jay Gibbons. Kind of strange that he'd be the Orioles representative, but maybe Topps didn't necessarily go for the biggest name on a team, or maybe the Orioles just didn't have any big names that year. Let's see. Who would I have given it to on this list? Wow, the Orioles were really... Maybe Sidney Ponson? The Orioles checklist is 2002 was not a good roster. Scott Strickland for the Mets is our parallel. We got Andrew Jones for the Braves. Eric Karros as a Cub. I don't remember him playing for Chicago. Mike McNutt, unfortunate last name, for the Marlins. Carlos Hernandez, Astros. Eric Milton, Twins. Ted Lilly, Athletics. Mike Lieberthoff, Phillies. Adam Eaton, Padres. And we have another insert. It is Ken Griffey Jr. from the Reds. Another one that I think I needed. I have a decent-sized Ken Griffey Jr. Collection, PC, but I've never taken the time to actually catalog it over on TCDB. And I know Griffey has way too many cards, so I'll never come close to completing the darn thing. So I can't say I'm overly motivated, but it'll go in my stack. Adrian Beltre for the Dodgers is our parallel. We got Darnell Stenson for the Red Sox. And then Billy Koch, White Sox. Gabe Kapler, Rockies. Kirk Saarloos, Astros. Wilkin Ruan, Dodgers. Pedro Stasio, Mets. Ismael Castro, Mariners. Damian Moss, Giants. And another checklist going in the non-MLB slot. I think we're on the second half. I think I had those stacks pretty close to even when I stacked them up here. Colin Young for the Rockies is our parallel. And then we got Elmer Descends, Diamondbacks. John Roche, White Sox. Gary Knotts, Marlins. Sidney Ponson, just spoke of him a moment ago for the Orioles. J.C. Romero, Twins. Aravio Durazo, Athletics. Miguel Cairo, Cardinals. Andres Galarraga, Giants. And a Topps total for the Padres. Ryan Klesko going to Swinko. And we have Todd Helton, checklist for the Rockies. I don't know if Swinko's in the room tonight, but I'm sure he'll be glad I pulled a Padre. insert. Omar Dahl is our parallel for the Orioles. Then we've got Trey Hodges, Braves, Aaron Boone, Reds, Matt Lawton, Indians, Brian Shackelford, Royals, Wes Helms, Brewers, Chim-Ming Wang, Yankees, Jimmy Rollins, Phillies, Yorvit Torrealba, Giants, Simon Pond, probably, for Toronto. So the 93 select box gave me a ton of sorting to do. This one's also going to keep me busy. Paul Quantrill for the Dodgers is our parallel. We got Jorge De La Rosa for the Red Sox, Josh Paul, White Sox, Matt DeMarco, Marlins, Brooke Fordyce, Orioles, Johan Santana, Twins, Kevin Young, Pirates, Benito Santiago for the Giants, Josh Hamilton. Shame of what happened to that poor guy for the Rays. I say poor guy. I'm not sure all of it was not his fault, but yeah. And Jose Vidro for the Expos. A little bit of a ding down there. You can probably see that in the light. But for the Expos, Jose Vidro. And checklist for the Indians, Omar Vizquel. I do like the cardstock that these are printed on. It's a decently thick cardboard. We got Nick Neugebauer for the Brewers as our parallel. There you go, Ben. Do you have Nick Neugebauer? I've never heard of him. Brian McCann, first-year card for the Braves. That's a nice one. Kyle Farnsworth for the Cubs. Danny Patterson, Detroit. Morgan Ensberg, Houston. Robin Ventura, Yankees. Joe Valentine, Athletics. Chris Colton, Mariners. Mike Bynum, Padres. Vernon Wells, Toronto. Hopefully, every team gets a lot of cards out of this box. That was the goal. Alex Graham for the Yankees is our parallel. We got Derek Lowe for the Red Sox. Juan Castro, Reds. Carlos Pena, Tigers. Ken Harvey, Royals. Tamari Story Harden, Dodgers. Orlando Cabrera, Expos. There's a cool Jim Thome for the Phillies. Shane Victorino, Padres. And another just checklist. Research time. Andy Van Hecken played 30 innings for Detroit, never made an MLB roster again, but played in Mexico, Korea, and China until 2018. So he had a long career in baseball. Fun name to say. Andy Van Hecken. Eric Chavez is our parallel for the Athletics. Then we got Wilson Betterment for the Braves. Bartolo Colon, White Sox. Denny Nagel, Rockies. Eddie Rogers, Orioles. Marco Scudero, Mets. Walter Young, Pittsburgh. Ryan Klesko, Padres. Bobby Estalella for the Rockies. Behind him is an award winner for the Athletics, Eric Chavez. Oakland getting in. Okay, so Andy Van Hecken pitched 30 innings total for Detroit in 2002. And according to JC, over on TCV, he has 80 different cards. It's amazing. Welcome to modern card collecting. Ryan Anderson for the Mariners. I long ago gave up trying to get all the Reds. So, for reasons like that. Ridiculous. Rafael Furcal, Braves. Donnie Hood, Cubs. Ben Francisco, Indians. Kevin Brown, Dodgers. Eric Young, Brewers. Antonio Osuna, Yankees. Evil Bastida Martinez for the Mariners. So Taguchi, Cardinals. Lance Carter, Rays. And we have a checklist. Ken Griffey Jr. for the Reds. So there's, just looking through the Reds list. Barry Larkin's in this set, and I can't picture. I'd have to go back and look to see if I have. I'm sure I have this card from this set. I must. Well, I can't picture it. TJ Bone for the Mariners is our parallel. Mark DeRosa for the Braves. Nate Freese, Cubs. Shane Lowe, Tigers. Brad Lidge, Houston. Brad Thomas, Minnesota. Jim Mercier, Athletics. Chase Utley, Phillies. Craig Wilson, Pittsburgh. And Corey Thurman. This one's actually ripped. You can see that down at the bottom. That's more than just a little bit of damage for Toronto. So some of the bottom, a few of the cards have that, but that one's the worst I've seen. Mike Rivera for the Padres is our parallel. Shea Hildebrand for the Red Sox. Luke Hudson, Reds. Rene Reyes, Rockies. Brent Maine, Royals. Mariano Rivera, Yankees. Scott Hodges, Expos. Randall Simon, Pirates. Tyler Johnson, Cardinals. And another ripped one, Damian Rolls for the Rays. And it's weird because it's like the last base card in the pack, but there's these on the end, so it's not even, and it's on the front side. I don't understand. It must be the way they were packed in the pack. But you can clearly see the damage on some of those. So just realize you get damage when it was not my fault. JC, more research has about a quarter of which of Andy Van Hecken's 80 cards are serially numbered. Imagine being Andy Van Hecken's mother and trying to get one of each of his cards, you know? Think of the mother. Scott Rowland for the Cardinals is our parallel. That's a nice one. Mike Timlin, Red Sox. We got Mark Burley, White Sox. Cliff Lee, Indians. Joe Thurston, Dodgers. Ty Wigginton, Mets. Gary Harris, Mariners. Woody Williams, Cardinals. Yugith Urbina, and again with the damaged bottom. Not as bad as the last couple, but definitely there. And then for the Royals, we have a Topps Total. Total Topps, excuse me, is the name of the insert set. 4 Topps Total set. That's confusing. No, the damage, the box is fine. And it's not it's one card in the same slot in each pack. And it's not every pack either, to be clear, but it's certainly been common in the last batch here. Colby Lewis for the Rangers, because all these are fine. Gregor Blanco, Braves. Luke Prokopek, Reds, never heard of him. Mike Redmond, Marlins. Chris Richard, Rockies. Ben Hall, Brewers. Todd Zeile, Yankees. Jason Kendall, Pirates. Brian Lawrence, Padres. Jose Hernandez, Rockies. And we have a checklist, Paul Konerko. So that pack was fine. No, it's not a box problem. And it doesn't even run in the whole pack. It's just one card, the last card before the junk cards mostly. Ryan Ludwig is our parallel for the Rangers. Steve Finley, Diamondbacks. We got Sammy Sosa for the Cubs. Omar Infante, Tigers. Tony Bautista, Orioles. Rick Reed, Twins. Mark Mulder, Athletics. Jamal Strong, Mariners. Kerry Robinson, Cardinals. Einer Diaz, Rangers. And see, like that pack was perfectly fine. That's a squashed one there. Yeah, most of the inserts have been fine. The one of them, I think I said, had a bit of a ding to it that I noticed. Yeah, the Jose Vidro has a noticeable ding to it, but the rest have been seemingly fine. Parallel, Mike Hampton for the Braves. Dexter Cooper, another Brave. Then we got Carlos Zambrano for the Cubs. Charlton Jimerson for the Astros. Derek Jeter for the Yankees. That's a good one for the Yankees. Jose Macias, Expos. Tomas Perez, Phillies. Rick Ankiel, Cardinals. Bobby C.A., Rays. And total tops, Mike Lowell for the Marlins. Getting the Marlins in on the action. Dexter Cooper, Braves. Another Brave, Mike Hampton. Indians, CC Sabathia. A-Rod for the Rangers. Mike McDougall for Royals. Luke Allen, Dodgers. Mike Baksick for the Mets. Aramis Ramirez, Pirates. Joe Nathan, Giants. Brad Hopp, Rockies. 2 more packs, and we'll have made it through this box. For the Cubbies, Scott Chiasen is our parallel. We got Ramon Ortiz, Angels. Corey Patterson, Cubs. Coco Crisp, Indians. Jason Johnson, Orioles. Mike DeJean, Brewers. Roger Cedeno, Mets. Randy Wynn, Mariners. We have an upside down. Garrett Stevenson for the Cardinals. Don't know why that one was upside down. Nothing seemingly special about that. John Lieber for the Yankees. Junk, and Sammy Sosa checklist for the Cubbies. And our final pack. Our last chance at the super rare autograph. Joe Creedy, White Sox is our parallel. We got Alex Cintrone for the Diamondbacks. Adam Dunn for my Reds. Jeff Goetz, Marlins. Greg Miller, Houston. Juan Rincon, Twins. Randy Choate, Yankees, Placido Polanco, Phillies, Oliver Perez, Padres, and we finish off with Rob Bell of the Rangers. Whew. That is a lot of cards. So hopefully everybody got some stuff they needed for their teams. We ended up with a handful of inserts. We had Mike Lowell, Mike Sweeney, Eric Chavez, Jose Vidro, Ryan Klesko, Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Renteria, Richie Sexton, Miguel Tejada, Mike Piazza, and Maglio Ordonez. The Ordonez also does have some chipping at the bottom, or a little bit of a damage. I can see that. I didn't maybe notice it before, I don't remember, but yeah, some of the inserts do have a little bit. The Tejada, you can probably notice if you look hard. I already said the Vidro, that one we noticed right away. The rest seem okay to my eye. Maybe the Mike Lowell just slightly. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Must have just been the way they were packed in. And then we ended up with a healthy stack of silver parallels. All right, let's see here. So JC, was the box damaged? No, box was not damaged in any way that I could see. And again, it was kind of like face-up card. I don't know. It makes no sense. It had to be the way it was packed. Maybe the rollers or something were damaged. I don't even know how they pack cards anymore. Interesting in bottom base card. Yeah. Morbidly curious what the duplicate card count would be in a box of this. Don't expect me to collate it. If I get bored enough, maybe I'll do that. Well, we'll see. I make no promises. That might, well, it almost definitely is more work than it's worth to do. All right, we've got two more boxes. We've got the all-time greats. Let me get these out of here. We've got the all-time greats, and we've got the Panini Crusade. Let's keep the all-time greats till last. I feel like it's unlikely, but not super unlikely. It's 1 in 4 for cut signatures, and that'd be kind of fun to pull. So we'll keep that one for last. This box should have 2 autographs in it, so we'll start with this one. So we're doing 4 boxes tonight, and this is box number 3. How do we open this box? We open it from the side, I guess. Wrong side. Open it from here. There we go. Didn't open that correctly, did I? In my defense, the cards are right. I needed to go in that way because they're all every which way there. Okay, so I butchered the box, but there's the empty box. Worthless box. All right, Panini Crusade. We got Griffey as the cover boy. 8 cards per pack, and like I said, box promises 2 autographs on average. So good luck, everybody. We begin with Quinn Priester for the Pirates, Brennan Davis, Chicago, Tink Hence, St. Louis, Gino Groover, Arizona, David Wells, New York. We have a gold foil parallel Bubba Chandler for the Pirates, Ramon Anthony for Boston, and then our Crusade card going to Colorado is Adael Amador. And this is a prism, which is essentially a refractor. Next pack. Javi Lopez for Atlanta, Bob Feller, Cleveland, Colson Montgomery, Chicago. We've got Johan Santana for the Twins, Eddie Murray, Baltimore. Nick Gonzalez is our gold, our second gold Pirate. We've got a serially numbered Brooks Robinson, 169 out of 299 for Baltimore. Very nice. Going to the Orioles. Super Gadget, that's going to you. Super Gadget was in the room, maybe still is, hopefully. I'll sleeve that in 1 second. And then we've got Ty Pete for Seattle is our Crusade card. Sleeve that one, though. That's a nice Brooks Robinson. I like these cards. I like the I like the half of the set that is retired players. I'm less interested in the half of the set, which is guys I've never heard of. But that might just be a me thing because I don't chase after rookies much. We got Carlton Fisk for Boston, Jack Leiter, Texas. We've got Johnny Damon for Boston, Fred Lynn for the California Angels. LA gets Eric Gagne. Our gold foil is Alex Ramirez for New York. We have a juggernaut, Jim Thome. And we have Cade Horton for Chicago. This is numbered 195 out of 250. A very nice looking green and yellow design as opposed to the blue and yellow. Going to Chicago. Now I'll have to double check Cade Horton, which Chicago that is. But it's going to Chicago. All right. So pretty solid box already. We got Thomas White for Miami. Adele Amador, base card for Colorado. Nick Gonzalez, Pittsburgh. Bert Bly, 11 for the Twins. We have, is this our auto? It is, and it's a guy we've heard of. Majestic Marks, Aramis Ramirez, I probably should say, for the Cubbies. This one I know who he plays for. There we go. Going to Ben. I don't know if Ben's in the room. Cade Horton is Cubs. Thank you, JC. So the Cubs get a couple of nice cards. Aramis Ramirez didn't put a lot of effort in his signature, but still, very nice. Our gold is Luis Angel Acuna. And then we have a purple numbered 40 out of 99 for Seattle. I'll check on my list. Seattle, this is going to Swinko. Emerson Hancock, numbered out of 99. Nice purple. I'll sleeve both of those in one moment. And then Harold Baines for the White Sox. All right. Let's sleeve that, and let's sleeve our signature as well. Solid stuff. Yeah, sticker autos are always a little bit of a bummer, but I will happily take a decent player signature out of this set. All right, we got base Luis Angel Acuna for New York, Ty Pete for Seattle, Colin Houck, New York. We've got Matt Shaw for Chicago, Houston on the board with Alonzo Treadwell. Our gold is Cade Kuehler for Atlanta. And then we have a Squires insert, also for Atlanta, Hurston Waldrop. And finally, for Cincinnati, Hector Rodriguez. Very shiny prism version of the Crusade card. Still have another auto in here. Elian Soto, I don't know, Washington. Gary Carter, Montreal. Hanley Ramirez for Florida. We got Mark Mulder for Oakland. Another Oakland, Goose Gossage. Our gold is Ty Pete for Seattle. And now we have another nice card, 86 out of 299, Mike Mussina for the Yankees. Going to JC. Very nice Hall of Famer, numbered out of 299. And for Boston, Bobby Doerr. And I will sleeve Mr. Mussina. Always get excited pulling a Mussina card. I've said this many times, but he's probably the most local Hall of Famer to me. All right. Taj Bradley for the Rays. Rafael Furcal, LA. Spencer Jones, New York. Ozzie Guillen for the White Sox. Miles Naylor for Oakland. Our gold is Jacob Mizorowski for the Brewers. And behind him we have a Pudge sighting. Ivan Rodriguez. There's a Pudge sighting. Royalty. And this is probably numbered as well. Charlie Soto. Purple and yellow. It is. It is numbered out of 100. 74 out of 100. Going to Minnesota. Minnesota. Where are you on my list? Minnesota. Iowa State Bison getting in on the fun. Very nice. We're getting a lot of serially numbered stuff. Oh, I have to pull a Pudge card, right? I feel like I get when he said he's in, I seem like I pull him. Owen Murphy for the Braves. Kobe Mayo, Orioles. We have for the White Sox. Nope, just kidding. For the Padres, Robbie Snelling. Yu-Min Lin for the Diamondbacks. Dalton Rushing, Dodgers. We've got Elian Soto is our gold for Washington. And another Washington, this time numbered out 299. Ryan Zimmerman. JC, going to you. I'll sleeve that in a moment. And Ryan Lasco for Oakland is our Crusade card. So I think we've opened a box of this before, at least one, and I don't remember getting anywhere near this amount of serially numbered goodies. Christian Vaquero for Washington. Moises Ballesteros for Chicago. Nick Lofton, KC. For San Diego, Samuel Zavala. Trevor Hoffman, also for San Diego. Our gold is Nazan Zenatello for Boston. We get a Squires of Cole Young. And then we have two Crusades this time. Enrique Bradfield Jr. for Baltimore and Tamar Johnson for Pittsburgh. Neither of which are serially numbered, so we just got two. Charlie Soto is a Crusade Purple. That makes sense, I suppose, since half of it's purple colored. Then this is probably Crusade Green. Numbered out 250 for the Cade Horton. Harry Ford, Seattle. There's Dylan Cruz for Washington. Ty Floyd for the Reds. We've got Reggie Crawford, San Fran. And it looks like we've got our second autograph because it's upside down. It is Colson Montgomery for the White Sox going to Swinko. Apprentice Signatures. This is a guy I've heard of. Better autograph, too. Looks like he at least tried. I'll sleeve that in a moment. Gary Carter is our gold. That's a nice one from Montreal. And then this pack is just floated. We got Goose Gossage for Oakland, numbered out of 49. 49. And then our Crusade is for Chicago. It's Colson Montgomery again. So Colson Montgomery hot pack. Let's sleeve this real quick. All right. Guy just says we have opened. I thought we had opened. I couldn't remember if it was this year, this particular, if it was the, what is this, the 2024, or if I had done a previous year. I don't even know if there was a previous year. I get confused. All right, Mick Abel for the Phillies. Another Philly, Griff McGarry. Michael Bush, Chicago. Diego Cartaya, LA. Jace Borofen for Toronto. Our gold is Justin Crawford for the Phillies. We got Kyle Teal for Boston Juggernaut. And we have for New York, Francisco Villorio. This is another green, maybe, numbered out of 199. The ones I called green were something else, so not green, maybe. Slightly different. Is that a different color? Yeah. Aqua blue. Maybe. Don't know. Goose is a teal out of 49. Okay. Yeah, it's out of 49. That is correct. If that's what they're calling teal. Maybe that's what the Villorio was too then. All right. Final pack for this box. We got Adam Dunn from the Reds. Daniel Espino for Cleveland. Rolly Fingers, Oakland. Charlie Soto, Minnesota. Ben Rice, New York. Our gold is Hanley Ramirez for Florida. We have another serially numbered. 125 out of 199. Alan Trammell. That's a nice one for Detroit. Numbered out of 199. And our final card is Yanquiel Fernandez for Colorado. So I have to be honest, this box exceeded expectations. We got lots of nice serially numbered goodies. Alan Trammell, Goose Gossage out of 49 for the Gossage. Ryan Zimmer, Mike Mussina, Emerson Hancock, Brooks Robinson, and then 3 of the Crusades as well. Plus our 2 autos, including a guy we've all heard of in Ramirez, but then the Montgomery is not bad either. So pretty solid stuff, honestly. And I'm impressed. Much more pleased with that than I was expecting. Plus a parallel in each pack and at least 1 Crusade card in each pack. All right. Let me just get these out of the way. And that leads us to our final box of the evening. I think we did well with that last box. Let's keep the good times going, shall we? So this is our second all-time greats box. We opened one last week. Ended up being a pretty fun box. I did a full write-up of that one. Again, big shout out to JC for helping with the team assignments. And now we're ready to do it again. So we learned from last time that you can expect all sorts of different versions of parallels. The base are out of 1600. They're not actually serially numbered, but they say out of 16. And then the next most common is going to be out of 800. And then they get rarer from there. So there's out of 800, out of 200, etc. So it's almost easier to read from the back and then flip them over because most don't have a name. So out of 1600, we have Connie Mack. We have Greg Maddux. Out of 200, Whitey Ford. Very shiny Whitey Ford there. And then out of 800, Carl Yastrzemski. JC said he's going to help me out here, so he wants the number as well. I will do that because that was super. Okay, so we got number 2 is Connie Mack out of 1600. Then we had 102, Greg Maddux, also out of 1600. Then number 77, Carl Yastrzemski, out of 800. And then 63, Whitey Ford, out of 200. How's that? Michael Pietra, brutal box for the Angels tonight. Well, there's still time. There's still time. We got one more box yet. Cy Young, out of 1600, number 3. Tom Glavine out of 1600, number 103. Mike Piazza out of 400, number 105. I like the silver ones. And number 76, Willie McCovey out of 800. And again, each of the parallels has a different design, either in terms of color or the border. So they're relatively easy to tell apart once you kind of know what you're looking for. We've got Kid Nichols. Joined the Boston Beaneaters in 1890 at the age of 20, started 47 games, finished 47 games, and won 27 of those games. So how about that? Out of 1600, that's number 4, Kid Nichols. Number 104 out of 1600 is Frank Thomas. The most modern players were put at the end of this set, I noticed. Ricky Henderson, number 95 out of 400. Another silver one. And number 25, Gabby Hartnett out of 800. JC, I appreciate this. Huge time saver for me. Yeah, no one wants to watch these videos on slow-mo. I don't blame you. All right, I got Honus Wagner out of 1600. That's number 5 in the set. Mike Piazza, number 105, also out of 1600. There's Frank Thomas out of 125, number 104 in the set. And these have like a cool, if I could catch it in the light, you can sort of see it's like a, I don't know what they're calling it, but it almost looks like an oil sheen, like on a puddle, but it's kind of a cool finish. And then out of 800, number 24, Judy Johnson. And you can see the names have, fairly modern guys, but going all the way back to the 1800s. So it's an interesting checklist. Napoleon Lajoie out of 1600, number 6. Steve Carlton, number 81, also out of 1600. Kind of a weird swirl finish behind him. Satchel Paige, number 36, out of 100. That's probably my favorite design. The ones out of 100 with the oil sheen pattern to them. And number 23 out of 800, Earl Combs. Earl Combs. All right. Number 7, Rube Foster out of 1600. The umpire card? Nope. Looked like he was and he's just wearing an all-black uniform, I guess. He was possibly the best pitcher in early black baseball, known for organizing the first professional all-black league, the Negro National League in 1920. That's cool. Tom Seaver out of 1600, number 82. Unfortunately, probably a Met in that one, if I had to guess. Doesn't look like a Reds uniform. Carl Yastrzemski, number 77. That is out of 150. And number 22, Pie Trainer out of 800. So every box promises one sort of hit to it. So we're still looking for that in this one. We've got Josh Gibson, number 45 out of 1600. Carlton Fisk out of 1600, number 85. Waving that ball fair. Whitey Ford. Oh, we have a 1/1 Whitey Ford, number 63. That is a 1/1 Whitey Ford. I'll sleeve that one immediately. We don't pull 1/1s very often. And Kirby Puckett out of 800. Let's sleeve this one right away. Whitey Ford. 1/1. Very cool. Those are the hardest cards to pull. They're one in every 7.4 boxes. The 1/1s. They're rarer than printing plates, stained glass cards, and cut signature cards. Christy Mathewson out of 1600, number 8 in the set. Rod Carew out of 1600, number 83. Eddie Collins, number 13 out of 200. I don't like the purplish background there. Almost looks like they're playing in space. And Bill Terry out of 800, number 21. JC's happy. See, JC, you're doing good work for me. You're helping with the cards, and we get a 1/1, who I presume has to be going to the Yankees. Sam Crawford, number 9 out of 1600. Reggie Jackson out of 84, or sorry, number 84 out of 1600. We have Honus Wagner, number 5 in the set out of 400. Another one of the silver bordered ones. And Chipper Jones, number 107 out of 800. We have 3 more packs. I'm still trying to find a good angel for Michael. Warren Spahn out of 1600, number 56. Carlton Fisk out of 1600, number 85. Randy Johnson out of 400, number 100 in the set. And Tony Gwynn, number 99 out of 800. next we have, it's like a piece of wrappers just stuck to that card. That was weird. Ralph Kiner, number 57 out of 1,600. George Brett, number 91, also out of 1,600. We got Frank Robinson, number 73 out of 125. And Kirby Puckett, number 98 out of 800. And one final pack for tonight. Larry Doby, number 58 out of 1,600. Gary Carter, number 92, also out of 1,600. Rogers Hornsby, number 20 out of 150. And a very nice one to end on, Cal Ripken, number 97 out of 800. So there you go. I would say we did very well. I mean, we pulled a 101 of Whitey Ford. I don't know what more we could ask for out of the box, really. So a solid showing. In fact, I would say I enjoyed both of the all-time great boxes. Good boxes to have the Yankee slot, since didn't we pull it? It was a Jeter, right? And the other box was our hit. So, yeah, that's everything for tonight. That was 4 boxes. Whew, that was a lot of reading. I appreciate you guys staying with me. We still got 9 people in the room, and it's been over an hour. So I appreciate that. I hate to go on much longer than that. I know everyone's time is valuable. I definitely appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps get us noticed. So I appreciate that. And I'll be back next week at the same time, hopefully, with 4 more boxes to open. But with that, I've got some more sorting to do. And a big thank you to JC for helping with the teams again. And otherwise, I will be talking to you soon. You can find me over on the Discord. And I will